Good evening and welcome to Gladiators TV. I'm Nigel Warrand, your presenter and commentator for this evening for this Championship Knockout Cup quarter-final second leg between Plymouth Gladiators and the Poole Pirates. The Pirates have an 18-point lead from the first leg at Wimborne Road last week, but Plymouth will be trying to haul that back. They beat Poole here in the BSN series just a couple of weeks ago, 46-44. So they have got previous against Poole at home this season. Both sides are full strength. Richie WORRALL, who missed that meeting, he's back in the lineup this evening, and his twin brother Stevie is back from illness to line up for the Poole Pirates. There should be an excellent night between these two West Country rivals meeting for the fourth time this season. Looking forward to some tremendous action on the track. Let's hand you across to Andy in the pits, who's got some interviews.
Okay, thanks very much, Nigel. We come into the pits then. Neil Middleditch, manager of Poole Pirates. 18-point lead. It's a good start.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm certainly not super confident. I mean, yeah, it's a good lead. We should be able to hold it, but they last time down there, Plymouth had a 16-point lead over us early doors. We managed to pull it back, so I'm certainly not going to underestimate them. That's for sure.
Now, I've seen you in the pits there, sat talking to the guys. How much are they keyed up for the start of this match? You just said about the beginning of the last one, so you don't want to be caught like that.
No, well, that'll be my sort of track talk. Really, it'll just be we need to sort of maintain it early doors. No last places really. I think I'll take 3 alls all night long if that's the case. But obviously we want to get some points in the bag early doors and let Plymouth continue the chasing.
Great form that the Pirates are showing so far this season. You must be happy with the team as a whole.
Yeah, very much so. I think the key for us at the moment is the fact that we've got 7 boys who are all scoring points every meeting. It's the reserves. Kyle and Adam are doing a great job at the bottom, and I've said it time and time again. Reserves win your meetings.
And we know that the Cook boys lodge at your place as well, so I'm sure there's many a discussion over the dinner table. What's their thoughts coming into tonight? Yeah, I mean they've proved to be a really formidable pairing, Zach and Ben, and long may it continue. They're a good pair. They sort of ride well together, and I think it's proved to be a key factor. And it's great to have Steve back as well tonight. Yeah, he's not 100% if I'm honest. I mean he's a bit poorly. He's very chesty and throaty, but he can't afford to miss a meeting, because if he does through sickness, he gets a 7-day ban, which seems a bit harsh to me. But yeah, he's here tonight, but say he's not 100%. Okay, well, wish you all the best, and go out there, lovely entertainment tonight. Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers, Neil. Cheers, mate. Okay, Ben, we've just heard from Neil Middleditch. Their side is really up for this one. What about the Gladiators?
So are we. It's a must-win for us. We've got whatever points to catch back.
18?
18, yeah, that's all right, isn't it? Let's get out there, get stuck in from the word off.
And your form that you're bringing into tonight, you've really hit form the last few weeks. I mean, you must be feeling great on the bike out there.
Yeah, I am. I'm still not racing enough. I haven't raced since last Wednesday, so it's like nearly 10 days off. So we need to be riding more, but we just got to go out there, heat 1, get off to a good start, get the young boys firing. If we can get heat 2, it's an important heat for us tonight. I feel that's where the meeting's going to be won or lost, if I'm honest. So hopefully, we can get off to a good start and start from there.
Well, the last time the Pirates were here, Jake Turner got out and he won Heat 2. You've just alluded to how important that is. We really need him to kind of do the same again, really.
That's it. Kyle Newman was a trump card for them down their place. He's riding really well. So it's yeah. We've just got to get from a good start. Heat 1, Heat 2, Heat 3, Heat 4. If we get 4 race winners and pick up the odd third place, and we all of a sudden shut the gap by 6 or 8 points, they start twitching, don't they?
Let me ask you, how much do you want to get through to the next round of this cup?
I want to get through every competition. I want to get to the final of everything, and to beat Poole, it would be nice on a 2-legged thing. And then we got them in the league, so it will show them that we can get the bonus point over them in the league as well, with the new structure this year.
You've had a chance to have a look at the track. We know that you always come down here early on race night. What's your thoughts going into the track tonight?
Yeah, it's obviously very difficult to prepare a track in the sun. Everyone says, oh, it should be easy. Well, it's not, because it's hard to get water into it because the sun's just burning it off. But the track does look very good. If I'm honest, Gate 1 looks like it's going to be an absolute rocket ship. Gate 1 looks, normally it's Gate 4 early on here, but if I'm honest, Gate 1 looks really good from the off, so be interested to see if it happens in the heats.
So I take it you've already spoken to Carl and said if you win that toss, don't even look back, just take 1 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, that's what we've got to do. I know it puts Kyle off at Gate 3 and gives away Gate 4, but Gate 1 is by far the best, so we've got to use it early, and then hopefully it'll die off when we got the run of 2 and 4.
Well, all the best tonight on a personal level and a team level as well. Let's have some great racing out there tonight here at the Coliseum.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks so much, Andy. Let's look at the 2 team lineups for this evening. Both sides are at full strength this evening. Number 1 for the Gladiators, their skipper, Kyle Howarth, who is banging form at the moment. Number 2 is Dan Gilkes. Number 3, Paul Starke. Number 4 is Ben Barker, who picked up 3 fantastic heat wins at Wimborne Road last week. Number 5, Richie WORRALL, fresh from his victory over none other than Emil Saifudanov last night, riding in the Premiership. Number 6, Jake Turner. Number 7 is Ben Trigger, and the team manager is Garry May. Over to the Poole Pirates, where they're welcoming back their skipper Steve Worrall, who missed a meeting this week through illness. Anders Rowe is at number 2. Then come the Cook brothers, Ben at number 3, and former Plymouth rider Zach at number 4. Richard Lawson, a regular guest here last season, is at number 5. Another former Plymouth Devils rider, Cole Newman, is at number 6, and Adam Roynon is at number 7. Team manager is Neil Middleditch. So 2 and 4 it is for the Gladiators. So not what Ben Barker wanted, but skipper Kyle Howarth coming to that decision with discussion with his riders.
Yeah, I think with Ben, he's kind of like a whippet anyway, and so he'll just crack on with it. And
Steve Worrall, Anders Rowe, number 2 for the Pirates, Ben Cook, who was riding for Peterborough Ipswich on his brother Zach, of course a former Gladiator. Richard Lawson, who's done plenty of laps around here as a guest. And then we got 2 former Plymouth Devils riders, Cole Newman at number 6 and Adam Roynon at number 7, a real power-packed reserve pairing. Onto the home side. Kyle Howarth, the skipper, who's been piling up the points here in the last few meetings. Dan Gilkes had a fantastic meeting here last week. Paul Starke, obviously testimonial this season. Ben Barker in great form at Wimborne Road last week. I don't know if they missed out Richie WORRALL there, but it's Jake Turner at 6, Ben Trigger at 7, and the riders get pushed off just to have a lap of this circuit. Yeah, let's just run through the lineup. Anders Rowe for the Pirates in yellow off gate 1. In gate 2, Dan Gilkes for the Gladiators in blue. In white off gate 3 is the Poole skipper, Stevie Worrall. And off gate 4 in red is the Gladiators skipper, Kyle Howarth. Stevie Worrall's just rolled back a bit, just start marshal telling him he's got to get up. And we're all ready now for the start of this Knockout Cup quarter-final second leg. And that's a good gate from Kyle Howarth. Howarth got ahead of the 2 Poole riders. Anders Rowe is in second place, Stevie Worrall in third, Dan Gilkes at the back. But Howarth beats us over at the end of the first lap.
I think Dan kind of got his nose chopped off a little bit there in the first corner, which obviously is relegated him to the back, but yeah, I mean, I was saying Anders Rowe's probably the one to watch for the Poole in this team.
Howarth leading, and Dan Gilkes, well, it looked like Dan Gilkes was pulling up at the back there, but whether he had I think he might have been filled in, but he's picked up the pace again now, and Howarth leading out front, got a good gap here on Anders Rowe, and barring any mishaps here, this is going to be a 3-3 heat advantage. Howarth crosses the line in first, Anders Rowe second, Worrall in third. It's red, yellow, white, and it's Dan Gilkes coming home in fourth.
That was a fantastic race, really. You know, Carl made that coming across from gate 4 and sort of chopped the nose off everyone. You know, and looked particularly very smooth going round, as did Anders and Steve, to be honest. I mean, looking to when they walked over to bend 3, I couldn't really from that race see what the concern was, because there didn't seem to be much of an issue going in. You see the track, there's a lot of moisture where you can see the dirt's moved out, and I think tonight we possibly could see some very, very quick times.
So first in red for the Gladiators, Carl Howarth was 3 points. Anders Rowe, yellow for the Pirates with 2. Stevie Worrall, 1 for the Pirates in third place, and Dan Gilkes bringing up the rear. So the first heat, it's a 3-3 heat draw, and it keeps that gap at 18 points, 39 to Plymouth, 57 to Poole. Off gate 1 in red for the Gladiators is Jake Turner, just rolling up to the tapes. In gate 2 in white for the Pirates is Carl Newman. Gate 3 for the Gladiators in blue is Ben Trigger. And in gate 4 for the Pirates is Adam Roynon. So 3-3 in the first race. This is heat number 2. So we saw Carl Howarth shoot away from gate 4. Can Adam Roynon repeat the trick in this one? And the tapes, tapes are up. Jake Turner's helmet has caught the tapes. The red lights are on. It's not 100% sure what happened there, but the peak of Jake Turner's helmet just catching on the tapes there, and obviously referee having no option there. Obviously no Jake Turner. We've got Ben Trigger off the inside in blue. Kyle Newman is off gate 2 in white for the Pirates. So here we go with heat 2. That's a great gate from Ben Trigger. He gated really well. The 2 Pirates have come around the outside of him and got ahead, but he'll be pleased with that gate. Jake Turner just trying to close up at the back, but it's the Poole Pirates duo. Roynon leading first with Carl Newman in second place.
For Jake Turner, you can see just come a cropper there, managed to get his bike back up.
Yeah, Jake has picked himself up. Thankfully, just caught the air fence there. Maybe trying a little bit too hard, but it's a big gap here over Ben Trigger for the Pirates duo. Roynon leading with Carl Newman in second place.
There seems to be something catching he caught Roynon out the lap before that as well. He's a little bit apprehensive going into the corners. Obviously it's paid off because they've got the 5-1, but it was a bit of a weird heat, that one.
It was. Yellow, white, blue is the finishing order there. Roynon winning it with Carl Newman second and Ben Trigger third, and of course Jake Turner failing to finish after falling off at the back, but he was probably trying too hard there, wasn't he, Turner?
Yeah, I think, especially coming off that handicap, straight away, you're kind of up against it, so you need to try and...
Adam Roynon first in yellow with 3 points, Carl Newman second in white with 2, Ben Trigger third in blue with 1 point, Jake Turner failing to finish. That's a 5-1 to the Poole Pirates. They're now leading here by 8 points to 4. This doesn't look very good for Jake Turner. He's just hobbling very painfully. It looked pretty innocuous, that crash, didn't it? But he's badly hurt his leg here. He can barely put any weight on it at all. So Ben Cook for the Pirates in white off gate 1. It's Ben Barker in blue for the Gladiators off gate 2. Zach Cook is off gate 3 in yellow for the Pirates, and in gate 4 for the Gladiators is Paul Starke. And of course all 4 of these riders on their first outing of the evening. So great to get this fixture done and out the way this evening. So under starters orders. And the tapes go up, and Paul Starke's made a good one, but Ben Barker and Ben Cook on his inside. Very tight going down that back straight. Ben Cook picked up a load of grip there, lifted his wheel into the air, but he's managed to get it down again and get his nose in front with Barker second and Paul Starke third.
But you can definitely see with Ben, obviously, those experienced rides he's had in the Premiership counted them because he's riding the track smoothly as hell, especially with that lift. But Ben Barker in hot pursuit.
Yeah, it's Zach Cook at the back at the moment. It's all the riders pretty evenly paced out over the track, but it's Cook. Said he had a moment of alarm down that back straight, but he managed to control the bike really well. Doesn't look like Ben Barker's making too much headway here, trying to close the gap. And it's going to be another 3-3 as they cross the finish line here. So it's Ben Cook, Ben Barker, Paul Starke and Zach Cook, and that's also white, blue, red are the top 3. And Ben Cook will be delighted with that one.
That's got to be probably one of the best riders I've seen Ben Cook have around here. He's always kind of got the potential to do well around here, but I mean, as soon as he got his fresh air, then he was gone. I mean, you can see he's benefited from those Premiership outings because that was phenomenal.
So the winner of that race, Ben Cook, in a time of 60.04 in white for the Pirates. Second in blue for the Gladiators, Ben Barker. Third, Paul Starke in red for the Gladiators, and Exact Cook for the Pirates, bringing up the rear. So it's another 3-3 heat advantage, making it 7 to Plymouth, 11 to Poole, and the aggregate score 43 to Plymouth, 65 to Poole.
I felt a bit sorry for Starke in that one because he kind of got his nose chopped off by Ben in that coming out of that turn too. But obviously with Ben Cook lifting, it gets very narrow.
Yeah, it's not a lot of space, is there, on this particular track, but because of that, it gives us exciting racing. So it's Roynon off gate 1 in yellow for the Pirates. It's Ben Trigger in blue for the Gladiators off gate 2, Richard Lawson off gate 3 in white for the Pirates, and as I said, Richie WORRALL off that outside trap in red for Plymouth. And of course, last time Plymouth took on Poole, Richie WORRALL wasn't here, was he? He was away riding in the Speedway European Championship qualifier, and Gladiators that night covered very well for him with 9+1, I think, from the rider replacement ride. So they'll be looking for him to get a similar points haul this evening. Start marshal again, just getting the riders into place. And, Ben Trigger's got Lawson and Roynon either side of him in gate 2. So here we go, heat number 4. That's a great gate from Richie WORRALL, just gets ahead of Richard Lawson, who comes underneath him, neck and neck down that back straight. Richie WORRALL has just got his nose in front going into bends 3 and 4, but Lawson is up underneath him, and WORRALL in the front.
See Richard Lawson, Adam Roynon coming down there, but you could see in that first back straight that Lawson was trying to push WORRALL right on the outside, which in fact give him more dirt.
Yeah, Adam Roynon just coming off on the first and second bend, so Ben Trigger is in third place at the moment. Roynon has picked himself up and is carrying on, but he's a long way adrift at the back. But Richie WORRALL has his race under control here. It's went a little bit wide there, but Richard Lawson not making too much ground on him here, and Ben Trigger is going to come home for a third place. So it's WORRALL across the line, followed by Lawson. So it's red, white and blue. WORRALL, Lawson and Ben Trigger coming home in third place.
I absolutely love watching Richie WORRALL around here. Proper Speedway rider, proper Speedway style. Attacking the track, looks fantastic on the bike. That was a really nice race to watch, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Richie WORRALL getting a great reception from the supporters in the home stand here at the Coliseum. And the result of that, official result of that race, Richie WORRALL first in red for the Gladiators, 50.46. Second in white for Poole is Richard Lawson. Third in blue for the Gladiators, Ben Trigger. And Adam Roynon did finish, I think, but he came to grief, managed to pick himself up, but he comes in fourth place. So it's a 4-2 to Plymouth, their first heat advantage of the night, 11 points to 13, and the aggregate score 47 to Plymouth, 67 to Poole. Just watching the start again.
So Richie done well really to get across the both of them there, but you can see Lawson now just knows he's there, and you can just see him moving out to that outside line looking.
Oh, it was tight. It wasn't. You could have put a piece of paper between them there, couldn't you, going down that back straight? Steve Worrall, the last one to come round to the tapes. He's in the outside gate, so in red for Plymouth. Off gate number 1 is Paul Starke. Off gate number 2 for the Pirates is Anders Rowe in yellow. In blue, Ben Barker for the Gladiators off gate number 3. And it's Pirate skipper Stevie Worrall off the outside in white, gate number 4. Again, Worrall just taking his time, adjusting his gloves, getting into position. And we're underway. And Barker has got the drop on Worrall there. Paul Starke trying to follow him through. Worrall coming around the outside, gets into second place, but it's Ben Barker leading the way here. Worrall second, Starke third, and it's Anders Rowe at the back.
You can see now, obviously, where Poole made an initial good jump and stuck that inside. There's definitely a dirt line building up now on that back straight, so I think that's going to have to be taken advantage of, but definitely not off the pace. Obviously, Anders Rowe giving chase still as well.
Yeah, Anders Rowe not out of this. He's closing the gap on Paul Starke down that back straight. Starke's going to need eyes in the back of his head here, but Barker has got a little bit of a margin out front on Stevie Worrall. Here comes Anders Rowe again, putting Starke under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of like two races going on at the same time, isn't it? But it looks like Ben's just going to hold off Stevie. Yeah, fantastic result again for the Gladiators, that one. Yeah,
it finishes blue, white, red. Ben Barker winning that one. Stevie Worrall second, Paul Starke third, and Anders Rowe in fourth place. But, well, as you said, two races in one there, and the Gladiators coming out on top in both of them.
Come on then, home straight fans, give him a big cheer in blue. Your race winner is Ben Barker.
Yeah, Barker getting a great reception again from the home straight fans.
New track record as well.
Wow. Ben Barker's broken the track record. 49.19, beating the time set by Richie WORRALL at the end of last season. So it's Barker winning that race and that magnificent time in first in blue for Plymouth. Second, Stevie Worrall for the Pirates in white. Third, Paul Starke in red for the Gladiators. And fourth, Anders Rowe for the Pirates. And that's a 4-2, successive 4-2s for Plymouth, making it 15 points apiece. And it's 51-69 on aggregate. Ben will be delighted with that because he was not a happy bunny that Richie WORRALL got the track records at the end of last season. I interviewed him before the season started, and you could tell that was on his hit list of things to achieve this year.
Oh, he was so close last year so many times, wasn't he? And I guess it goes to show you can have your cake and eat it too.
Heat number 6. Off the inside in white for the Pirates, it's Richard Lawson. Off gate 2, it's the Gladiators skipper Carl Howarth. Obviously 3 points to his name from that race win earlier on. Off yellow for the Pirates is Carl Newman, and off the outside gate for the Gladiators is Dan Gilkes. A lot of start line gardening going on from Richard Lawson here. He's off the inside gate. Got Carl Howarth alongside him. And it's Dan Gilkes on the outside, Carl Newman just inside him. So we're all ready for heat number 6. It's 15 points apiece here at the Coliseum. And Howarth has just got the drop on Richard Lawson there, clamped him on the inside. It's Dan Gilkes hasn't quite followed him through. He's in third place with Carl Newman at the back, but it's Howarth leading the way.
That was a fantastic first bend from Carl. Completely chopped the nose off Lawson. As you can see, Lawson's in hot pursuit, but in fairness, Dan's giving chase as well. So, yeah, you can throw a towel all over these three at the minute.
Yeah, it's very, very tight for all the positions. Howarth sticking to that inside line. Lawson keeping an eye over his shoulder, almost trying to chase Howarth, but also to protect that second position with the aggregate scores in mind. And he's got a bit of a gap now on Dan Gilkes, but Gilkes should keep off the challenge there of Carl Newman, and this is looking like a third successive 4-2 for the Gladiators as Howarth crosses with Lawson second and Gilkes in third. It's red, white, blue, the finishing order there, and the Gladiators are starting to pile up the points now.
That was a fantastic race by Carl, done exactly what he needed to do. I mean, obviously with Richard Lawson coming off gate 1, he's always going to be a massive threat in that race. So job done by the captain, and he done it in fantastic style as well.
So Carl Howarth confirmed as the winner of that race for Plymouth in 51.28 in red. Second in white for Poole was Richard Lawson. Third in blue for Plymouth was Dan Gilkes, and fourth in yellow for the Pirates is Carl Newman. So as I said, another 4-2, 3 on the trot, puts the Gladiators in front for the first time this evening, 19 points to 17, and the deficit is 16 points. We've made a little bit of inroad into that 18-point deficit, but still got a long way to go, haven't they?
Definitely. I mean, you know, slow and steady, just chipping away at it. You know, obviously the momentum's building a bit now, but you know, we have seen this in previous visits by the Pirates where they've either started strong and dwindled, but then come back stronger.
Just looking at the gate stats tonight, so well, it's obviously the outside that's going very well. 3 wins off gate 4, 1 win apiece off gates 1, 2 and 3. So as we said, confirming Carl Howarth's decision to take 2 and 4 at the start of the meeting. So heat number 7 off gate 1 in red for the Gladiators is Richie WORRALL. Off gate 2 for the Pirates in white is Ben Kirk. Off gate 3 is that reserve change for Jake Turner. Ben Trigger coming in blue in trap 3, and off gate 4 for the Pirates is Zach Cook, who's yet to trouble the scorers so far this evening. Richie looked very good in that first ride, didn't he? He'd be looking to add to that in this one.
He did. Obviously, Ben Cook coming off gate 2 as well had a fantastic race win. Looked very comfortable and very controlled for his 4 laps, apart from his little lift. But no, this could make for. Well, Ben Trigger seems to have an issue there.
Oh, that's the last thing they need. Oh, he's got a bike problem. There's only 30 seconds left. Can someone get another bike out to him? It's not a lot of time, is it?
No, it's very unforgiving. I mean, that race you're in, it's a minute long, kind of seems like forever, but then the 2 minutes allowance you get seems to go rapidly quick. But
he's doing a Chris Harris sprint back to the pits here, but can they get a bike out in time? I think he might be timed out. There's Ben Barker bringing a bike out.
We know it goes well because it's broke a track record tonight.
Yes, so. Yes. Well, if Ben Trigger can go as quick on it as Ben Barker did, he'll be a happy boy. Is he going to get round in time? I can't see any exclusion lights on, so I think he might be okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the rule is still as long as a bike is on the power on track within that time. But
no, he's fine.
Like he's made it. So
brilliant. Oh, well
awesome.
done. Well done, Ben Barker, as well, for reacting quickly then. Loaning his bike out to Ben Trigger. Then we're under starters. Orders for heat number 7. Richie WORRALL making a good gate there. Zach Cook cutting back inside him on that second bend, and Zach Cook showing him a clean pair of heels down that back straight. Great work by the former Gladiator there. Cook leads WORRALL over the start line.
Looks like Ben Cook's having some bike issues as well, which, whoa. Hell of a lift there from WORRALL. That was very well controlled. But no, you know, Zach Cook made a great start then. He's with that lift, he's got some fresh air. So
yeah, lovely cut back there by the Poole Pirates man. They spaced out in this race. As you said, Richie WORRALL almost came to grief on the with the fence on that second bend, and that cost him any chance really of overhauling Zach Cook, who's enjoying, as you said, life out front with the fresh air. He's going to storm to victory in heat number 7. So it's yellow, red, white, the finishing order, with Zach Cook, Richie WORRALL and Ben Cook.
Richie WORRALL, hold on to that, God only knows, but your race winner in yellow for the Pirates is Zach Cook.
Yep, just good to see Richie WORRALL just have a little shake of the head there as he comes back to the pits, but that could have ended quite nastily, that. Let's just run through the official results. Sorry, Matt. It's Zach Cook in yellow first for the Pirates, second Richie WORRALL in red for the Gladiators, third Ben Cook for the Pirates in white, and Ben Trigger for the Gladiators bringing up the rear. So it's a 4-2 back to the Pirates. That puts us all back on level pegging again, 21 points apiece. Aggregate deficit for the Pirates over the Gladiators. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I've just noticed with Richie over the last few meetings that you can see there where he's sort of got the whole shot, but still sort of like drifting out to the fence, where the riders on the inside have kind of got their wheels on line that a little bit quicker to give him that speed for the back straight. But yeah, I don't know if he's just trying to chase that line when he got the track record last season, you know, but it's, you know.
Let's look at the totals, progressive scores so far. Well, the Gladiators sort of big three are all scoring pretty well so far. Carl Howarth with 6, Ben Barker and Richie WORRALL just dropping 1 point apiece with 5. Ben Trigger's got a couple of third places too. Dan Gilkes, just 1 point so far. Paul Starke, 2+1, and Jake Turner, as we said, had that fall, just the one outing. Poole Pirates, well, they're spreading the points evenly as they have done all season. Richard Lawson, Ben Cook with 4, Stevie Worrall, Zach Cook and Adam Roynon with 3, and Anders Rowe and Carl Newman with 2. Their strength in depth is incredible, isn't it? So off gate 1 in blue is Ben Trigger for the Gladiators. Gate 2, Adam Roynon for the Pirates in yellow. Gate 3, it's Dan Gilkes for the Gladiators in red. And in Gate 4 for the Pirates in white is Anders Rowe. And we've now got Ben Trigger coming out to join the party. I didn't get a chance to look at the bike. I think
it's dirty, so he's managed to sort out whatever the issue was.
Yeah, good. But he'll be happier on his own machine here. So 21 points apiece on the night. As I said, still that 18-point deficit. I'm sure, well, the Gladiators probably at this stage thinking it would just be nice to go on and win this meeting and make it 3 home wins on the trot here at the Coliseum. But the start marshal just getting them under starters orders, ready for the start of Heat 8. Dan Gilkes made a good one there, and Ben Trigger is joining him off the inside. That's great work by Ben Trigger, just keeping out Anders Rowe. Anders Rowe is just coming around the outside of him here. He's just got his nose in front, but that's encouraging from Ben Trigger.
Fantastic from Ben. Roynon's come down there, but you know, Ben rode a perfect first bend there. You know, yeah, brilliant. Very proud of him. That's really proud to see. So great. Dan back in winning ways again.
Adam Roynon for the second time tonight has come off on the first and second bends. He's parked his machine up on the centre green, so he's out of it. So this is going to be a Gladiators 4-2 unless Anders Rowe can do something about Dan Gilkes at the front of the field. But this will do Gilkes a power of good. As I said, he needed to pick up a few more points, and he's going to cross the line first ahead of Anders Rowe. Ben Trigger third, so it finishes red, white, blue.
And stylish, your race winner in red for the Gladiators is Dan Gilkes.
He'll be delighted with that Ben Trigger, won't he? Superb.
That would be just as good as a race win, you know. I mean, he's earned his own points in the past, but you know, to be in the mix and just get, you know, the first time we've seen him come out of bend 2 with his nose in front, and that'll do his confidence a world of good.
Yeah, the referee just thanking Adam Roynon for clearing the track when he fell off. So first in red for the Gladiators, Dan Gilkes. Second for the Pirates in white was Anders Rowe. Third, superb from Ben Trigger for the Gladiators in blue, and Adam Roynon coming off at the back there, coming in fourth. So that's a 4-2 heats win to the Gladiators. Puts their noses back in front here, 25-23. And the aggregate scores now, Plymouth 61, Poole 77.
I mean, just sort of relaying on what Garry MAY said in the past. Obviously, you know, they want to win every meeting they can, home and away. But obviously, the main focus for Garry and the team is the league. So, you know, I think as long as the boys can get, as you say, another heat win on the trot and build that home confidence, it puts us in good stead for when the league does.
Did you feel quick in that one?
The difference is in that one, you've got your wheels in line the whole time, so that's why it probably was quicker than it felt, because I'm going a long way round with my wheels in line. And,
yeah, we just had confirmation that Jake Turner is packing his bike away, so sadly that's his evening over.
Track record on the track that was supposedly not great at the start is good going, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we all know a difficult track at the beginning will create a better track at the end, and it's just gone to show. You know, the track's turned over lovely. There's 2 lines, one on the inside if you really want to get over it, and then if you want to go with it, it's up right. So, you know, the boys are gone with a lot of credit to Paul as well, and I hope Jake's okay. Hopefully the injury's not too bad, and he'll be back soon.
Just a quick word on Ben Trigger, actually. He's seems to be growing in confidence a little bit tonight. He seems to be in the mix and battling quite hard.
Yeah, I think, you know, Ben, it's a lot of inexperience, and he just hasn't been at this level very long, and we just got to get him into them first corners, you know, and it does take time to just basically toughen up and put yourself about a little bit, and that's what you've got to do at this level, because, you know, it's a job, you know, we've got to be fighting for every point, and he just hasn't done enough of the argy as such to get stuck in yet, but that will come.
I know you're in the next one, so I'll leave you to it. Your new track record holder is Ben Barker!
The starting lineup is Ben Barker in blue off gate 1 for the Gladiators, Richard Lawson off gate 2 in white for the Pirates, Paul Starke off gate 3 in red for the Gladiators, and it's Carl Newman off the outside gate in yellow. And I'm looking forward to this one.
It's going to be a hell of a race.
So the start marshal just getting these riders underway. Barker already in position, waiting to race away. And Barker just gets there ahead of Richard Lawson. Paul Starke cutting back inside. Lawson's very tight down that back straight. And Kyle Newman also coming around the outside of Paul Starke. Barker leading, but Newman has slipped into third place.
As predicted, handlebar to handlebar. Again, Paul Starke kind of got a little bit nipped off in that one, you know, through the race. I see a red light on for some reason.
Yeah, the red lights have come on.
Not too sure why.
I don't know if they were on right.
Looks like the air fence is deflated a little bit.
So off the inside in blue for Plymouth is Ben Barker. Off the gate 2 in white for the Pirates is Richard Lawson. Gate 3 for the Gladiators in red is Paul Starke. And of gate 4 in yellow for the Pirates, former Plymouth Devils rider Kyle Newman, who's got 2 and 1 bonus from his 2 rides so far this evening. Barker's just raring to go already, isn't he, off that inside?
He's keen for it.
Yeah. Here we go. The tape's about to go up on heat number 9. And Lawson has just got... Oh, we got a red light has come on.
Yeah, I think Ben not jumped, but slightly just twitched at the start then. Obviously, definitely raring to go.
So ReRun at heat number 9, 1 minute remaining, and 1 minute remaining. All riders under the 60 seconds.
Barker off the inside, alongside him Richard Lawson, Paul Starke off gate 3 and Carl Newman off gate number 4. This will be the 3rd time we try and complete this race. Lawson's got the drop, as Barker's pushing him really tight going into that first and second bend. Lawson's just got his nose in front. Barker in second place, Carl Newman coming up underneath with Paul Starke at the back, but Richard Lawson keeps his nose in front of Ben Barker.
That was always going to be a hard first corner with them two. There's always a race rivalry, but obviously Lawson coming off the better there, but Ben's still piling on the pressure, obviously favouring that inside line opposed to his last race, but still going for it.
And there's a battle at the back. Paul Starke trying to get the better of Carl Newman for 3rd place. Lawson's opening up a bit of a gap at the lead out front. Barker just keeping a tight line there. Starke trying to go around the outside of Newman, but not enough grip out there, and it's going to be a 4-2 heat win to the Pirates here. It's white, blue, yellow, and Paul Starke at the back, shaking his head, disappointed Paul Starke, but Richard Lawson just getting his nose in front of Ben Barker there.
No, it was, say, handlebar to handlebar first corner that, which was completely to be expected. You know, I think even in the first staging of that before the interval, it was very similar, just on vice versa. Obviously, Ben had the lead over that, but...
Official confirmation of the result. Richard Lawson, the winner in white for the Pirates in 51.19. Second in blue for the Gladiators, Ben Barker. 3rd in yellow for the Pirates, Carl Newman, and Paul Starke bringing up the rear for the Gladiators. So it's a 4-2 back for the Pirates in this ding-dong battle. It's back to 27 points apiece. Gladiators still that 18-point gap, but as I said, I think the aim now really in the last 6 races is just to go on and try and beat the Pirates for a second time this season at home, and give them a bit of maybe a little bit of a psychological boost ahead of that league meeting here on June the 6th.
Ben Trigger seems to be a little bit more on the pace, maybe a bit more confidence under his belt now, would you say? Seems to be a bit more with it tonight.
Yeah, he's riding all right. You know, we Ben Barker talks to him and that, and we try and get him going and that. And he's so young, and remember he's only done one year in National League, and you know, I mean, and probably lack of meetings as well.
Next week we've got Birmingham, or Tuesday actually. Next week we got Birmingham. Obviously the plan for that, as always, to win and keep the league points coming.
Yeah, that'll be the aim, to try and beat them as much as we can. obviously then it keeps us up in the league, you know, we get another 2 points and that, and then if we can hammer them, then we got a chance to bonus point away from home. But you know, we'll have to have a look, see what Jake Turner's doing, and maybe use a guest.
Anyone in mind, Joe? Is it a bit early to say?
No, I've got some in mind, but I've got to see if they're available first.
That's the main thing, yeah. Give them a big cheers, Garry May, everyone.
Off the inside gate in blue for the Gladiators is Dan Gilkes. Off the second gate in yellow for the Poole Pirates is Zach Cook. Carl Howarth, the Gladiators skipper, is off gate 3 in red, and off gate 4 in white for the Pirates is Ben Cook. And of course Kyle so far 2 wins out of 2, just running across the promoter to get that shut. Good for safety reasons. And the start marshal can now safely call the riders up to tapes for heat number 10. That's a good gate on the inside for Dan Gilkes. He's got Zach Cook and Ben Cook after him. Kyle Howarth talking about his maximum. I think I put the kiss of death on him because he's at the back at the moment, but he's trying to make his way through.
You'll find now that the 2 Cook brothers will try and team ride and get in the way for the remaining laps, but you can see Carl's really giving the chase, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does sneak past one of them.
Yeah, he's hard on the tail of Zach Cook. Dan Gilkes leading out front. He won his last ride and he's building on that really well here, but he's got Ben Cook just behind him, Zach Cook in third. Carl Howarth keeping Zach Cook honest here, but Zach Cook's riding a nice line here, obviously very familiar with this Coliseum track, and it's Dan Gilkes coming through for his second successive race victory. Ben Cook putting him under pressure as he crossed the line, but it's finished blue, white, yellow. Carl Howarth just going slowly over the finish line, but that's a 3-3 heat advantage. So Dan Gilkes winning time in blue is 51.35. Second in white for the Pirates, Ben Cook, who did his best to try and catch Gilkes on the line there. Zach Cook in third for the Pirates, and Kyle Howarth, sorry I mentioned his maximum, it's rather trash that he's come in last, and it's a 3-3 heat draw there, and it's still neck and neck in this meeting, 30 points apiece, and well, you would put money on this going to a last heat decider, I think, at the moment.
Very possible. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen that around here, would it? I think it was, what was the 2021 season when we had Bjarne and Crump, and I think most home meetings were a last heat decider that year. It was, I remember Bjarne used to dread going in 15 because he was like, oh God. The official lineup at the start. Steve Worrall, the Pirate skipper, is off the inside in white. Richie WORRALL, his twin brother, is alongside him for the Gladiators in red. Anders Rowe for the Pirates in yellow off gate 3, and Ben Trigger in the outside gate in blue. So the first battle of this evening of the Worrall boys. It's that, we're probably looking at that battle of the Worralls on the inside. Stevie on with gate 1 and Richie off gate 2. And the starters' orders. Stevie has just got ahead of Richie, and Anders Rowe has cut underneath, and Richie has been relegated to third place. But good work by the Poole duo there to just move Richie out, and Anders Rowe slipping through. You know, Richie's going to give it absolute beans now behind. I mean, Anders wrote that line very clever. He knew what to half expect and completely took control of that situation.
Yep, Stevie out front. Richie's going wide there, chasing Anders Rowe down that back straight. He's closed the gap a little bit. It's not making too much ground. He'll try and gain around that outside line, but there's not really much grip out there. It's getting quite dusty as well at the moment. And it's going to be a 5-1 to the Pirates here. Stevie Worrall and Anders Rowe delivering the goods for the visitors. So it's white, yellow, red as they cross the finish line. And it's 5-1 to the Poole Pirates.
Stevie Worrall and Anders Rowe.
That's the first time this season, this evening really, that someone's really sort of opened up a little bit of a gap here.
Yeah, I mean, full credit to Anders Rowe then. You know, he read that, you know, race manoeuvre almost to a T, and
Just go through the official results. So the button, Stevie Worrall in white is first in 51.66. Second in yellow, Anders Rowe for the Pirates. Third in red, Richie WORRALL for the Gladiators. Ben Trigger in blue is fourth. 5-1 to the Pirates, and they've opened up that little bit of a gap now, leading here by 35 points to 31.
Got 2 on the trot, so but no, that was a good race. I mean, fair play to Poole. That you can see Anders again there in the replays. Didn't make the best start, but was kind of there or thereabouts, and sort of had a look to the left as he went in, and he saw exactly what they were doing, and he took full advantage of it. And Anders is a hard guy to pass when he's in front of you.
Looking at the gates, they're a bit more even now, aren't they? Gate 4's got 4 wins, Gate 1 has got 3, Gates 2 and 3 have got 2 apiece, so not quite the advantage for Gate 4 now, and that's as it always happens here, really, doesn't it? The advantage switches as the night goes on. Just looking at the progressive scores, or the team individual scores, Dan Gilkes and Ben Barker leading the way with 7 points. Gilkes obviously got those 2 heat wins. Carl Howarth and Richie WORRALL with 6. Ben Trigger, as he said, has got 3. 2 for Paul Starke. It's not been the best of evenings for Paul Starke and Ben Trigger. Jake Turner, obviously that one outing where he got injured on 0, and as normal with Paul, as we've said before, their points pretty evenly spread. So here we are for heat number 12. Off Gate 1 in yellow for the Pirates is Carl Newman. Off Gate 2 for the Gladiators, Paul Starke, which was probably his last outing of the evening. And Gate 3 off white for the Pirates is Ben Cook. And Ben Trigger again has got that outside gate, Gate 4 in blue. It's again quite a tasty line-up underneath him. So up to the tapes. Here we go for heat number 12 in this match at the Coliseum. And it's a good gate there for Ben Cook, and Carl Newman is following him home here at the moment. Paul Starke in third, Ben Trigger just slotting back there into 4th place, but it's another 5-1 at the moment for the Pirates.
I mean, again, how good does Ben Cook look out in front? Slightly lifting down the straight, looking very stylish, very comfortable, and full of confidence. Completely different Ben Cook to what we've seen previously.
Yeah, he's loving life out the front with Carl Newman in 2nd place. Paul Starke doing his best to close the gap on Newman. Trying the outside line, but there's not a lot of grip out there now. The surface has got quite dusty. Trying again around bends 1 and 2, but I think Carl Newman has got the 2nd place wrapped up. Starke trying once more, but it's a Pirates 1-2 across the finish line. It finishes white, yellow, red. Ben Trigger at the back, and a 2nd successive 5-1 for the Pirates. That sense of deja vu is getting stronger.
You're a bad omen, you are.
No. But they are strong in the closing stage of the meetings, aren't they?
They always are. They always seem to sort of revel in it, almost. It's becoming quite a nuisance, actually.
Let's run through the official result. It's Ben Cook, the winner in white for the Pirates, in a time of 51.65. Carl Newman following him home in yellow in 2nd place. 3rd was Paul Starke for the Gladiators. 4th, Ben Trigger. A 2nd successive 5-1 to the Pirates, and they've now got an 8-point gap, 40 points to 32. The aggregate score pretty irrelevant at this stage, but they're leading 94 to 68. So off Gate 1, Gladiator skipper Carl Howarth, he's got 6 points to his name tonight. Off Gate 2, Stevie Worrall, the Pirates skipper, he's got 6 plus 1. Richie WORRALL off Gate 3 in blue for the Gladiators, he's got 6 points. And Richard Lawson for the Pirates off Gate 4 in yellow, he's got 7 points. So this will be very interesting, this one. And of course Carl Howarth had a couple of heat wins. Last race came home last, so riders taking an age this time to get up to the tapes. So doing plenty of gardening, trying to get the right rut. So here we go, heat number 13. Stevie Worrall's made a good one there, heading the Gladiators duo. Oh, Carl Howarth almost locked up there. Thankfully didn't come to grief, and the Gladiators riders are 2nd and 3rd, and they're pursuing Stevie Worrall. Richard Lawson surprisingly at the back.
Got a flyer then, didn't he? Yeah, obviously Howarth and his brother Richie giving chase. It's you know, heat to be expected, isn't it? Got a bit messy coming out of that turn too, but no, good race again. You know, Stevie Worrall out doing the business, riding the right line, and yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, heart-stopping moment with Carl Howarth there on that second bend, almost locking up too much, but it's Stevie Worrall way out in front here. Howarth in second, Richie Worrall in third, Richard Lawson still trying at the back, but this looks like it's going to be a 3-3 heat advantage. Stevie Worrall crosses the finish line. It finishes white, red, blue. Richard Lawson just coasting over in fourth place. So a 3-3 heat draw. He really gated well there, didn't he, Stevie Worrall?
Yeah, he was like a greyhound running out the gate. He's gone. It was, you know, it's much easier obviously when in that sort of scenario. So, I mean, fair play to Carl Howarth then. I mean, he held on to the bike well. That could have been a disaster waiting to happen. That obviously
just confirm the official results. Stevie Worrall in white for the Pirates in 51.19. Second in red for the Gladiators, Carl Howarth, followed home by teammate Richie Worrall in blue. In third, Richard Lawson at the back. 3-3 heat advantage, 35 to Plymouth, 43 to the Gladiators. Just off gate 1 in white is Zach Cook. In gate 2 in blue for the Gladiators, Ben Trigger. In yellow in gate 3 for the Pirates is Adam Roynon. And the new track record holder Ben Barker for the Gladiators in red off trap 4. And, well, Plymouth need a 5-1 here. It's a tall order, I think, but to keep the result of this meeting alive and take it to a last heat decider.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, well, we've seen Ben Trigger gate brilliantly in one race tonight and get out in front of the Pirates duo up against Zach Cook and Adam Roynon here. So here we go for heat number 14. Ben Barker reared at the gate and Zach Cook has got underneath him. Barker's just lifts again down that back straight, manages to get his wheel down, and a lovely bit of leg training round the outside, and he's come, not quite, almost all the way around the outside of Zach Cook.
Very reminiscent of Danny Ayres at the British final, that. Fantastic. All action as Ben usually is.
It's like he's riding a bucking bronco there, wasn't it? He had so much power, but Zach Cook just calmly keeping it down on the track at the front. He's leading here. In third place is Adam Roynon, so this is going to wrap up the result on the evening for the Poole Pirates. But some great entertainment there from Ben Barker in second place. Zach Cook crosses the finish line. It's white, red, yellow. And Ben Trigger's evening over. I'd imagine he's a tired boy after doing 7 rides tonight.
He'll sleep well tonight.
He will.
Good job he's only got 5 minutes to travel home, isn't it?
Yes. So Zach Cook, he's been very impressive after his first race duck. He's been very impressive, the Poole rider, and his second heat win of the night. So he's confirmed as the race winner in white for the Pirates in 51.34. Ben Barker trying all he could in second place in red for the Gladiators. Adam Roynon, who's had a bit of a mixed evening by his standards, picks up 1 point in third place for the Pirates, and Ben Trigger at the back. So it's a 4-2 to the Pirates. That gives us the progressive scores of 37 to Plymouth, 47 to Poole. That wraps up the win tonight on the night, and obviously puts Poole through in the Knockout Cup, but we've still got a cracking Heat 15 to come.
I think if Ben could have ridden that line for 4 laps and held on to it, we could have seen the track record go again then. Yes. The speed he was making up. But only Ben Barker would hold on to that. But it was a good race, you know. Zach as soon as he got his wheels in line and, you know, sort of Ben recovered, he was away. And
so it's going to be Ben Cook off the inside in white for the Pirates. Carl Howarth, when he gets around there, off gate 2 for the Gladiators in red. Stevie Worrall in yellow for the Pirates in gate 3. And it's Ben Barker in blue for the Gladiators off gate 4. This should be a fantastic climax to what's been another entertaining meeting here at the Coliseum. It's Poole who are taking the victory spoils, but I'm sure Howarth and Barker would like to end the evening on a race advantage.
Especially with Barker being on that gate 4, he's going to be right where he wants to be from the get-go. So, yeah, interesting heat.
Of course, the last time we had Heat 15 here, Steve Worrall was excluded when these two met, so... And that's a great gate there from Stevie Worrall this time. Ben Cook following him through, but Ben Barker coming round the outside, gets past Cook. Can he make an impression on Worrall at the front? Carl Howarth trying his best at the back, but Worrall is leading.
Again, another fantastic race from Steve. As you said, last time he was here, he was excluded. Didn't have the best meeting. He's obviously turned that around tonight. Ben Cook pushing on again. He's given Barker a run and keeping Howarth at bay. Fantastic race again.
Yeah, Carl Howarth is not giving up here. It might be a Heat 15 that doesn't count for a lot, but Howarth is trying his utmost to get past Ben Cook at the back. Stevie Worrall looks like he's got this race under control out front. Again, Howarth trying the outside line, but not enough grip out there, and he's dropping back now, and he's settling for last place as the Pirates come through for a 4-2, yellow, blue, white, the finishing order.
Your race winner in yellow for the Pirates, Stevie Worrall. And a massive congratulations to the Poole Pirates, who progress on to the next round of the Knockout Cup.
Yeah, the Pirates winning here by 51 points to 39. And the aggregate score quite a huge 105-75 in the end, but we have had some good entertainment here tonight. The official result of that last race, Stevie Worrall in yellow for the Pirates, winning it in 51.41 seconds. Second, Ben Barker in blue for the Gladiators. Third, Ben Cook for the Pirates in white, and fourth in red, Carl Howarth trying all he could for the Gladiators, but he just couldn't get past Cook. And it ends with a 4-2 to the Pirates, and well, they progress into the semi-finals of the Knockout Cup.
Yeah, as I say, the last two seasons they've also won that competition, so they're definitely getting through to the semis now. They'll definitely be looking to clinch that for the third time. And you know, if I'm honest, the way they're riding at the moment, I can't see a lot of people really stopping them in their tracks. But again, you know, you don't know what's going to happen over 15 heats of Speedway. But no, good meeting. The scoreline definitely doesn't reflect the racing we've had tonight. Fortunately, the track dried out a little bit towards the end, but say we've had a fair bit of wind today, so that was to be expected. But no, all in all, good meeting. Hopefully, Jake's back sooner rather than later, and we'll now crack on with our league campaign.
Yeah, let's run through the scores. So Ben Barker top scoring for the Gladiators with 11, Carl Howarth with 8, a couple of heat wins in there, 7+1 for Richie WORRALL. Dan Gilkes, another good evening after a bit of a slow start, 2 race wins, 7. Paul Starke won't be best pleased with 3+1. Ben Trigger can take a lot of encouragement from his 3 points. Jake Turner, unfortunately, picking up that injury, just 1 ride and 0 points. For the Pirates, solid all the way through. Stevie Worrall leading it out with 12+1 from his 5 rides. Ben Cook with 10. Then a couple of 7-pointers, Zach Cook and Richard Lawson. 6 from Anders Rowe, 6+1 of this. Carl Newman paid for 7, 5+2. Adam Roynon 4, and I think pretty much every single one of them has got a race win or a paid race win, haven't they?
That speaks for itself, doesn't it? You know,
Poole Pirates just going on their well-deserved victory lap. I'm sure the Sporting Plymouth crowd will give them a good round of applause, as they always do. So it's 1-1 between Plymouth and Poole on this track this season, so it sets up a decider when they meet here in the league, as I said, on June the 6th. Thank you ever so much, Mattie, for all your help this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here tonight from the Coliseum, but it's been an entertaining meeting. The Poole Pirates have won by 51 points to 39, 105-75 on aggregates. It's Nigel Warrant here signing off for the evening. Hope you've had an enjoyable evening, and do join us again next Tuesday for the match against the Birmingham Brummies here at 7 o'clock start, 6:45 coverage starts. Good night from all of us here at the Coliseum.